you can discover your people in the world around you. Remember, until you find your people, you can't fully apprehend your divine destiny, because your destiny lies in your people. He's talking about a tribe, and there's different tribes, and even all different churches that are all around. There are different tribes. They have different callings, or they have different purposes, and that's good and that's great. But you know what? We have a tribe, and God is developing Center City Church as a tribe that has a clarion call, that's going to have a trumpet, that people are going to say, "Oh my gosh, I need to be there. I need to be around this." This week I had lunch. I had lunch. It was Wednesday. I was at the Altoona Curve. I had shared with you guys some last week about that, and had a Bible study. And there's just a few of us there. The girl that was there, she was sharing different things, and I forget the process. I ended up sharing a bunch of stuff. There's just three of us, so it was nice, tight knit. And she's saying, I feel like God has something more for me. I want to help His kingdom. I want to get involved in His kingdom. I want to do something for His kingdom. I know I want to be like in mission. That's what she said. I want to be a part of mission, but it's not necessarily overseas. I feel like it's here, something local. And then I looked at her, and it just kind of like came right out of my spirit. And I said, well, why don't you come help us? And she's like, that's it. That's exactly the whole hour that you were talking. It was like, that's what I want to be a part of. I want to be a part of something like that. And it's like, sometimes it's this whole thing is when until you find your people, you can't fully apprehend your divine destiny, because your destiny lies with your people.
That's right.
And when you find your people, then you can come alive. And you can be who you are. And that's a beautiful thing. And so she said she's coming to the interest meeting today, and I think there will be a few others that are coming as well. If there's not a ton, have a nice fellowship time, get to know each other a little bit more, and eat some good Haas's food. Haas's, the folks there, they're awesome. Did you see that they did the dinner for the Trooper Weaver that was killed? And did you see how much money was donated, because so many people went to Haas's and all? Yeah. $39,000 through their fundraiser was distributed to this family.
Wow. That's
awesome. There's some good people there. Some good people. Okay, so we got the interest meeting. Basically from 12 to 1 is the focus time. I was a little worried because at first the Steelers game was at 1 o'clock, and so I thought we were going to lose Frida. She was going to kick us out or whatever, but the Steelers game got moved. So
I had you covered. I had the DVD.
Okay, man, you committed. That's awesome. We want to do a questionnaire with you guys. We have a questionnaire made up here. Wednesday, Pastor Jess did it with the worship team, but it's basically getting a feel for what you're good at. Okay. Yeah, you can pass it around, and we have a bunch of, I think right beside you we have a bunch of pens as well. But it's just a basic questionnaire. You can fill it out afterwards. Might even be better to do it then so you're not distracted. You gonna do that? Just wait till after. Yeah, just wait till after. We'll do it after. And it's like, all right, so what are some of the topics on there?
Oh. You want me to explain it?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's just, we're talking about Sunday morning logistics. And then one important announcement. Are you going to say about the launch date?
Wasn't yet, but.
Oh, okay. Well,
there you go.
This is just logistics. So I kind of categorized areas of Sunday morning service. Now, worship team people, you were already designated, and we talked too about with worship that we would be in probably 2 different ministries on Sunday morning, not at the same time, but like a rotation. So from 1 to 5, just put down like, hey, this is my top thing, like I know I'm really good at, I really want to do, I really like to do, holy and anointed in this area, whatever it might be. And then other ones.
Hey, Kristen, are you good at event planning and stuff like that, organizing?
Secret's out, girl. Your husband spilled the beans. Yeah, so just, and then if there's other areas, like after you've gone 1 to 5, 1 being your number 1, just check them off, like, hey, I can do this. And then any other additional notes that you wanna like, just let us know about. I mean, a lot of you guys, I know we've been doing this, but this is just more formal and it's all together here, so I appreciate your tolerance
And then as we add
That's
more
getting
people,
organized.
we need more.
yeah. And so this will be Sunday morning, and it says a little bit about what our target is and our focus is, so read through the top of that on Sunday morning. So yeah,
Okay, so we'll get you guys to fill
At
that
the
out at
end?
the end. There'll be other things we'll probably add to it, because as we go, this is Sunday morning focus, but then as we go into life groups, something like along those lines, you know, or you want to host people in your house, you want to help develop people. I was listening to Banning Liebscher from Jesus Culture, and they call theirs city hubs, and then they call them, I think they might be changing them to like city groups or something like that. I kind of like that. It's like Center City and city groups all
yeah,
over.
that's
Maybe, you know, we got life groups as an idea, but then I'm like, city groups, that might be our thing. And I like that. You know, I'm good with pulling ideas from other people, just so you know. I'm good with that. I am not too proud to say I don't have it all figured out, that's for sure. Now, one of the things that Pastor Jess was saying about was the launch date. And we're gonna entertain, we're in the process of thinking this through, but we have the okay to get the divorce building, but the third week, so that would be Palm Sunday, we can't use that building.
So we would have service for 2 weeks and then not be able to be in there.
Which really throws everything off. So we looked at the possibility of maybe moving it down to the Mishler, seeing if we can rent the Mishler, which would be pretty cool, or the option to go back to our original discussion of starting Easter weekend and making a big hubbub about it. Is that what he said?
Hubbubaloo.
Hubbubaloo. We talked to Bishop on Thursday, and he's like, why don't you just do, you know, Easter weekend, and you do Friday night, you bring in a speaker, and you do something big and extravagant, and then Saturday do something more, and then whoever, they can go back to their churches, they go to different places, but then on Sunday morning, whoever's left over and they love who you are, then they're there on Sunday morning. So we're in the discussion phase, just so you know. So if you have any feedback, we'll be talking about that a little bit and trying to get a game plan. Plus, that gives us a little bit more time to put some of these pieces all together
Yeah.
too.
And we wouldn't have to break then, because we could just be in
Yeah.
the divorce building.
From there on
Yeah,
out.
from there on
So
out.
then we would be able to have that from then on until we grow big enough that we're in the building down the street.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll talk about that a little bit more later. Worship, Wednesday night worship announcement. Do you want to say anything about that? Most people know about it, but do you want to say anything more?
no, same thing, 7:30.
7:30 at our house. Anybody that's interested in being a part of worship, we're going to be meeting from 7:30 till
8:39.
8:30, 8:45. Kick you out around then, something like that. But again, over the next couple weeks, anybody that's interested in that part would be great. And then the next two things I want to highlight is this. Friday the 27th, we'll do it here. We're going to be meeting, we're going to have a time with Bishop Bart Pierce. And so Bishop's our overseeing pastor. And his focus, so this is going to be fantastic. 7 o'clock. We're gonna set the time aside from 7 to 9, but he's just gonna go from 7 to 8:30, just in case there's a little run over. 7 to 9. We're gonna have childcare provided as well, from 6:45 till 9 o'clock. But the focus of what he's gonna do is he's gonna come in and talk about how to build a healthy New Testament church today. So how to build a healthy New Testament church. I'll just tell you, I'm a little bit excited. Just a little bit excited. So Cody had the privilege of meeting Bishop on Friday, which was way cool. And it was just a spur-of-the-moment thing where Bishop asked us, said, do you want to come down and sit in on a director's meeting, so how they run things. And then got to sit with them for the next, I don't know, hour and a half or so. And it was just like straight download. Now, Bishop Bart Pierce has been in ministry for over 33 years. He's been pastor in that church for 33 years. And then he had been ministry before that. And he is, my gosh, he says his first ministry is he's a prophet. But he operates as an apostle, as an apostolic guy. my gosh, is amazing to listen to all the things that they've done, they do. But when the Bible talks about that the church is founded on the apostles and prophets, right? The apostles and prophets founded, and Jesus being the chief cornerstone, it's important that we have these people come in and speak into our lives and help direct us. It's going to be fantastic. And then I asked him if he could stay then, and so Saturday morning he's gonna carry over, and so 10 o'clock to 11:30 he's going to be with us. So again here we're going to want to record it. It's going to be one of those things that's going to be so foundational for us to go forward that we're going to record it and say anybody new that's coming, this is going to be like part of who we are, the DNA. But just some of the things that he's going to just dive through is going to be fantastic. So again, Friday the 27th of this month, and then Saturday the 28th. We'll be sending out some info about that, but please look forward to setting your time aside. Now, the other thing I do want to highlight, last thing I want to highlight is in February, I think it's February 21st weekend,